He was the English teacher who built China's biggest e-commerce empire, the man who went from rejection after rejection to becoming one of the richest people on earth, and then, almost overnight, vanished from public view. This is the story of Jack Ma, a story of ambition, success, controversy, and disappearance. Early life and struggles. Jack Ma was born Ma Yun in 1964 in the city of Hangzhou, China. His parents were traditional musicians and storytellers. The family was poor, so poor that meat was a luxury they could afford only once a year. As a boy, Jack was fascinated by the outside world. When English-speaking tourists began visiting Hangzhou after China's opening up, young Jack would ride his bike for 40 minutes every morning to the Hangzhou Hotel just to practice English with them for free. One of them nicknamed him Jack, a name that stuck for life. But in school, Jack was no prodigy. He failed his primary school exams twice. He failed middle school 3 times. Even after applying to college, he was rejected twice before finally getting into Hangzhou Teachers Institute to study English. Jack's resilience became his defining trait. He applied for 30 different jobs and was rejected every single time. Even KFC turned him down. "I was one of 24 applicants," he recalled. 23 were hired. I was the only one rejected. Founding Alibaba. In 1995, Jack traveled to the United States for the first time. There, he was introduced to the internet, a technology that would change his life. Searching online for beer and China, he found nothing. In that moment, Jack saw an opportunity to bring Chinese businesses onto the internet. His first venture, China Pages, failed. But 4 years later, in his small Hangzhou apartment, Jack gathered 17 friends. He pitched a bold vision, an online marketplace that could help small Chinese businesses sell to the world. He called it Alibaba. The early days were rough. No revenue, little trust from investors, and skepticism from traditional businesses. But Jack's charisma and relentless optimism attracted talent and funding, most notably a $25 million investment from SoftBank in 2000. Alibaba grew into a platform that connected buyers and suppliers globally. While competitors focused on big corporations, Jack focused on empowering small businesses, a decision that would define Alibaba's identity. Rise to global fame. By 2014, Alibaba's IPO became the largest in history, raising $25 billion on the New York Stock Exchange. Jack Ma, once rejected by KFC, was now the richest man in China. He became a global icon, charming, witty, and often delivering unconventional speeches about entrepreneurship and life. In 2017, he even danced on stage at a company anniversary event dressed as Michael Jackson. Jack wasn't just a CEO, he was a showman. Alibaba expanded into cloud computing, digital payments, logistics, and entertainment, becoming a tech empire rivaling Amazon, creation of Ant Group. In 2004, Alibaba launched Alipay, a digital payment platform to build trust in online transactions. Over time, Alipay evolved into Ant Financial, later rebranded as Ant Group, an online payments and fintech powerhouse serving over 1 billion users. By 2020, Ant Group was preparing for what would have been the largest IPO in history, valued at over $300 billion. But just days before the listing, everything changed. The 2020 speech in October 2020 at the Bund Summit in Shanghai, Jack delivered a speech criticizing China's financial regulators. He compared China's banking system to an old people's club and accused regulators of stifling innovation. The words were bold, and in China, dangerously so. Within weeks, regulators summoned Jack for meetings. Ant Group's IPO was abruptly suspended, sending shockwaves through the global financial world. Disappearance from public view. Then, Jack Ma vanished. For months, he was absent from public life, sparking rumors of detention, exile, or worse. Meanwhile, Chinese authorities tightened regulations on big tech companies, and Alibaba faced record antitrust fines. When he finally reappeared in early 2021, it was in a short video for a rural education charity, his once flamboyant public presence replaced by a subdued, cautious tone. Life afterward. Since then, Jack has largely stepped away from the spotlight. He has been spotted traveling in Japan, Spain, and the Netherlands, focusing on philanthropy, agriculture, and education. In China, his influence has been scaled back, but his legacy in business remains undeniable. Lessons from his story. Jack Ma's story is a reminder of the power of resilience, vision, and courage, but also of the delicate balance between innovation and authority. He taught us that failure is not the end, that opportunity hides in unexpected places, and that success, no matter how grand, can be fragile in the face of greater forces. From rejected job applications to becoming a billionaire, from public stages to quiet retreats, Jack Ma remains one of the most remarkable and enigmatic figures in modern business history. Like and subscribe to New York City Finance. If you have any question, ask on the comment section. We will be available to answer you.